All right, one daily thought. Today is Friday, June 11th. Missed yesterday. Today's Friday, June 11th. And holy goddamn shitballs, it's golf tournament time. That's fucking right. This weekend is the boys' annual golf outing, and I am fucking amped for this golf tournament. It is essentially a weekend of debauchery with competition with 15 of your closest friends. This is the second year it's going on, but the third time we've tried. So what it is we got a bunch of dudes from high school and college, basically everyone in my friend group. We decided that we wanted to get together a couple of years ago and have a little golf outing with all of us. First year, we had a bunch of people up, and we ended up getting rained out. Torrential downpour to the point where most of the courses closed for that weekend. Didn't even open up. Not even walking. There was a couple places that you could do walking only. There were some places that completely closed for the rest of the weekend because we were supposed to tee off on a Saturday. They completely closed for that Saturday and that Sunday because we got that much rain that the whole it was just soaked. So that Saturday, everyone was coming up. We had guys coming from Boston, had guys from coming New Jersey, New York, Connecticut. We ended up audibling to then I found a mini golf place that also had indoor mini golf with laser tag. We ended up all meeting there at some point in the day. Got real drunk, played mini golf, played laser tag, which was a blast. I'm insane at laser tag, and my team won all the games, and I came in first place both times. But laser tag is something for a different story. Today and this weekend is about golf. So we did the indoor mini golf. It was blacklight mini golf, which was sick, and we all brought our own putters and still acted like we were doing our golf tournament. Then went back to my house, and we got drunk then for the rest of the night and just hung out. And Ying was comatose at the poker table. Didn't even realize that he was playing poker. I think he owed Pete $80 at the end of it. So that was that. Then last year was the first year we actually got to play legitimate golf, and we actually really stepped it up last year. So what we did is we got the 16 guys, including myself. So we had 4 groups, 4 tee times. We went to the course where Ben and I were members at. And we played, and we got the tee times all set up, and we're able to get a play. Surprisingly enough, it did rain again last year at the end of the last 5 holes at the end of last year too, and it looks like we're gonna have rain in the forecast for tomorrow morning when this thing kicks off. So I don't know what the fuck it is about this tournament, but it's always gonna rain. But yeah, so we got 16 guys. What we did was it is a scramble teams, so 4-man teams scramble, but it's kind of modified. So basically, your 4-man team is broken into 2 pairings, and then so it's a scramble out of that too. So if you shoot a 75 and your partners who are scrambling shoots a 75 as a team, you shot a 150, and that's how each team gets their score. Team with the lowest round wins out of the 4 teams. What we did though, which is a little bit different, and what we loved and where we stepped our game up, is instead of trying to raise money, just being all right, everyone send me $50 because for food and booze or whatever on the weekend. What we did is, in order to raise money, you got to buy what we call boosts for your golf game. And it was basically advantages that you could legally use on the course to help improve your score. And there were different advantages that you could buy, and there were different dollar amounts. each person had to purchase a minimum dollar amount of boosts so that we can raise a minimum amount of money that we needed. But there was no cap onto what you could spend. So I believe last year the minimum was $40. So thanks for Jersey sliding, you fucking piece of shit. I believe the minimum was you had to spend $40. But if you want to spend $100, you could spend $100. And some people did spend $100. And what are these boosts that you can get? Well, because it's scramble, there was different things. So one is you could buy, or you could buy a mulligan. So there's no mulligans allowed, obviously, but if you want a mulligan, you could buy one. I believe they were $15 for one mulligan, maybe 10. There's one called a sex change, where you can, for one hole, play from the women's tees. There was a Euro soccer boost where you could kick the ball. You get one kick to kick the ball, and it didn't count as a stroke. There's a left-handed one where you could throw your ball, but you have to do it with your non-dominant hand, and it does count as a stroke, but you get to throw the ball, which would help for people that are like really bad at bunkers and everything like that. They could throw it out of the bunker instead of having to try to chip it out of the bunker. What else? There was one where, obviously, if there was something within a couple of feet, it could be a gimme. You could like buy a gimme, or you could actually buy one where it would double the gimme range. We had the gimme range set for 3 feet, and you can double that gimme range to 6 feet. And we had strings to actually measure, like pre-cut strings to measure that out. You could also, obviously, this is going to be a weekend of debauchery, so one of the most popular boosts that you can get is called a shotgun, which you have, and you get to call or tell a random person if they're playing with you, or if they're in another group, you call them, and if you buy a shotgun, you get to force someone else on if you want to be on your team, you can, or someone on another team, to shotgun a beer right then and there. So if you just basically call someone up and you're like, hey, you need to go shotgun a beer right now, they have to shotgun a beer. So it was all different things like that. We had a list of like 10 to 15 boosts, I believe, and they all ranged from $5 to $15. I believe one of them was you could pull clubs out of someone's bag so they couldn't use their driver for 3 holes or something like that. All sorts of different stuff. And there's a best ball, so if your team both hit it really shitty, and the opposing team that you're playing with hit it really good, you play best ball, and you get to go up to that shot of theirs. It's not for the rest of the round, but you get to go up to that shot. If the other team, the first person hits a shitty ball, and then the second person hits a really good ball, you can call a redo, and that second person has to hit another ball, and no matter where that second ball goes, that's the one that they have to play. So they could hit a really good shot, and then you force them to do a redo, and they have to retake that shot. They have to hit another one. And no matter what happens, that's the ball that they have to play on their second shot, which is really interesting. So that's what we did to raise money. To do that, and last year was a great success. A little difficult because some of these guys don't play all the time, so we don't really know what handicaps are and things like that. So that was a bitch to try to kind of balance out. I think we're doing a little bit better job this year. So this is the 3rd annual, but actually 2nd annual one. I actually have the trophy in there. We did buy a trophy, and so that'll be crowned to the new victors this year. I have the trophy because we won last year, which was pretty cool. So we didn't even shoot the low round either. So my team, I believe we shot a 74, and then our partners shot a 85 or something like that. So I think we shot a 74 and an 85. Another team shot a 74. Actually, the guys that we were playing with shot a 74 too, so we tied them, but their partner pairing shot like a 96 because they were so drunk. And then the best team shot a 73, I think it was a 73. They were also crippled. They showed up to the 18th green, and they weren't even wearing shirts. They somehow shot a 73, but their partner apparently shot like a 105, so they still lost. But yeah, so it's going to be interesting. It's one of the most fun days that we have all year, getting to see a group of guys and get together and just have a great time, smoke cigars, drink whiskey, whatever. And that's what we're doing today. And today is going to be a raucous old time. Tomorrow is going to be a blast. First tee time is at 10 a.m. I don't know how we're even going to be able to wake up for that or get over there, but first tee time's at 10 a.m. That's going to be fucking interesting. And, yeah, it's time for golf tournament time. I'm trying to keep that trophy with me, with my team, see what we can do. So I'm excited for this tournament, and that's my one daily thought.